Watch this short clip and then we'll talk about it.
Notice that most of the ice bath bros, they're not raising their own children. If you read the acknowledgments of their book where they're telling you how to have your perfect atomic habits, they're always like, for Susan, who takes our kids to all their events, who's up with our kids at night when they're sick. I'm like, can Susan just write a book? I'm living Susan's life. Like, I can't do my perfect 5 a.m. meditation and ice bath session because I was up with a kid who was sick all night.
How much does a man's vision and dream cost? The price you pay to make a man's dreams come true is the death of his partner's dreams. Now, I do want to add this little side note. There are some women who are perfectly happy and only want to stay at home and raise their kids and manage their household, and they are happy and they find fulfillment in that. This post is not directed at you if you fit into that category, so please scroll, save your explanations, you're covered. But for the most part, anytime a man has a dream to start a business, to run a marathon, to climb a fucking mountain, that's usually going to mean that his wife is going to have to stop doing whatever she's doing to accommodate that. If she's in school, she's going to have to become obsessed with helping him open his business. She's going to have to drop everything to raise those kids so that he can focus on finishing school, so that he can focus on getting in shape for that marathon or that sports goal. If she was advancing in her job, she's going to have to take several steps back so that she can be more available to manage the household and raise the children. And why does society tell us that we should do this? Because we love our husbands and our children. There's this saying, behind every successful man is a woman. Yeah. When I was with my abusive ex-husband, anytime he got a new harebrained idea or scheme, whatever I was doing didn't matter. Not that it ever did, but it even more so didn't matter. And my dream automatically became to make whatever his dreams are come true. And it's not even just something that happens in religion where they completely misconstrued the Bible and turned it into saying that women are simply here to help men, to be their helper. We see it out in the mainstream. I mean, America was founded on killing indigenous and black people and the slave labor of indigenous black people. That's very important to note. But there was some religion mixed in there. So we have a lot of religious conditioning. So whether or not you actually went to church, you'll see in a lot of households who don't necessarily follow any particular religion, you'll still see that cookie cutter template of man does something, woman steps back to only support him. And because of the fact that so many women say that they give everything up because they love their husband and their children, you tend to get this sort of idea that if you don't give up your career and you want to do a little bit more, it might not be to own a company, but it might just be something simple like having fucking time to yourself to work out a couple times a week. There's this idea that apparently you don't love your children. Back when I was managing a jewelry store, I was working minimum 50 hours a week, and that's just because we were short-staffed. But I remember the misogynistic men I worked with who were my employees would constantly make little comments like, oh, I bet your poor kids miss you. But the thing is, I actually loved my job. I actually loved what I was doing. And because of the fact that I loved it, I came home happier and more fulfilled. The kid's dad watched the kids while I worked. That's the least that he could do because he wasn't providing any financial help for raising his kids. So I was able to work and do the things that I wanted to do. Because I had that freedom to get out of the house and do my own thing, it helped me love my own children more because I was able to step back and take a deep breath and just focus on who I was. And there's this saying that you can't pour from an empty cup. And we're seeing now more than ever with the birth of this lovely app, more women are coming forward and saying, you know what, I wish I would have just finished school. I wish I wouldn't have quit my job. I wish I would have made it a priority to work out more or to develop more female. I wish I didn't give it all away. The factory default setting in society is that if you are married with children, you give up everything. You give up everything for those children. You give up everything for your man. And if you don't give up everything, you don't love your family. And what kind of wife and mother are you? If you have a partner who actually treats you like a teammate and you guys work together, there is a way for you guys to make both of your dreams come true. There might be seasons where you do have to step back or where they do have to step back. But I think, I forgot who I heard say it. I think it was somebody on this app, but compromise, not only does it usually mean that the woman is going to be the one doing the compromising, but it breeds resentment. I think in a healthy relationship, there should be a way for you guys to come together and figure out how both people can win, and nobody really has to lose themselves.